on this computer. Okay. All right. Go ahead, Nancy.
No, it's Roxanne.
Okay. I just wanted to say, I know we've all said it so many times and shown our appreciation for you letting us all be on this amazing call every Monday. It's made such an impact in my personal business. I sometimes take a little longer to learn. So, coming into the whole online thing, I was petrified. But obviously have learned like a lot of everyone else because everybody shares such wonderful ideas. And now I'm finding, that what Erin shared a couple of weeks ago with her onboarding, sometimes you have to hear the same thing said in a different way, or at least for me, 5 times or whatever it takes until it clicks. And boy, did it click for me. So my February will probably be one of the lowest sales I've had in a while. But let me tell you what I'm excited about. What I'm excited about is out of the last 4 weeks, I've flipped 3 or 4 of my hosts, every one of which has qualified in her launch party, one of which recruited her very first host. It's just amazing that just grabbing onto those little things and going, okay, I think I can do that.
So tell us a little bit more, because this fascinates me when somebody actually acts on information that they learned, and tell us what you changed either in content for your show, how you're talking to your host, like what piece did you pick up that made the difference?
Honestly, my host coaching has not changed a bit. It's exactly what I've been doing. I always offer it to my host 5 times, before, during the party, all those kind of things. Like that's always been there. But what's changed is how I onboard them. Simply,
well, I don't either.
I was the girl that I was the director that when I brought somebody on, I didn't want to scare them in thinking that they had to do all of this business right away, right? So I was the one saying, it's okay, you could do whatever you want with this. You want to do 1 party? That's okay, right? Want to do 2 parties? That's okay too. But setting the expectation right away that we want you to get 4 bookings on your calendar right now and then get 4 more, like that is huge. And I'm just giving them pretty much what Erin said, it's you can do, if you're going to train and you're going to learn so much if you do those 4 right away. Are you going to be scared? Yep. But scared and excited they both feel the same. So we're going to get you 4 parties right away, and they're doing it like right away. And like I said, they're starting out such a huge success, and that feels good for anyone, so giving them that feeling right away that they can do it. And like, Nancy said, you can be repeatable. Like I didn't want to intimidate people and let them think just because Roxanne's running what I call myself a PC party animal and running 6 parties a week, that they don't have to do that, but they can, and they can do it right away. So yeah.
And we're going to ask you the magic question. Are you doing block parties? Are you doing?
I am not doing block parties. I am doing individual parties. I tried block parties for a hot second. I just still like the one-on-one with my hosts. So I still run them individually. And I was scheduling, right now I'm scheduling 6 consistently a week. My March is packed. I'm in April now. And I actually just had to add another one to my first week of March, because the other thing I wanted to say is what a difference it makes just asking somebody a question. I want to tell you guys, in supporting them when they start. I had a guest in a party that's getting ready to start next week who simply just asked about stoneware, the magic, question, when is the stoneware coming back? And I sent her a message, and all it said was, I'm so excited to have you at the party. I love that you love our stoneware. It's unfortunately not available right now, but I'd love to help you get it when it's back. Would you like to talk a little bit more about that? That conversation turned from a piece of stoneware to somebody who's going to sign and join my team. And the reason is because she started, I guess, a little over a year ago with another consultant and didn't, as she put it to me, I can only quote what she said, had 0 support and felt like she didn't know what she was doing. So she never did 1 party. And so she decided she wants to host a party first because she needs the money. Here's the thing, like she really needs the money for her family. And it hurt my heart when she said, I really need this. So I'm like, let me help you do that. I mean, just those simple little questions sometimes and where it can lead. And when we think about them and not what it's in for us, boy, what a difference we can make.
And then are you using Post My Party as your,
Yes, I am. Post My Party is my lifesaver, because before I switched to Post My Party, I was doing Facebook Scheduler, which was getting maddening once you start doing that many parties a week, because I was having to manually schedule everything. But yeah, I do use Post My Party, and I share, I do their launch party now. I wasn't always doing that. If I flip them, we're already there anyway. So I just pull out my link, but I'm going to, something I've not done, which again, if they didn't just have a party, you set up that first party, I'll run your launch party, which I was not always doing before. Each one of those parties, I mean, it just blew my mind that all of them are starting off and qualifying in their first party. And I've had so many that I know, no fault of theirs, has unfortunately fallen off because I didn't give them those pieces right in the beginning. And I didn't do everything I could for them as a coach to help them start successfully. So just thank you for letting us be a part of this, because it's literally changing my business all the time.
thank you. Thank you for sharing. We're going to need to hear more from you, Roxanne. I mean, you continually are at the top of the organization and sales and everything. So,
Erin is on.
Oh, Maria.
Erin is on. She must have heard you. I think she
Patty does all that.
Jumped on at the end of her talking, but I am here.
The first
Thank you, Erin.
Erin, did you hear how your talk changed her business?
I didn't hear the beginning of what you said, but I did kind of hear the end of what you were saying. So I'm super excited. Strong onboarding is really
Yeah,
needed.
I said usually they're running 7 different directions and they have 7,000 people asking questions. And so yeah, that happens. I said, no, I said, if you get
Is that, oh,
All right, I have just, before we start, I want to screen share because Cora asked me about my Google document, which was no big deal, but that I'm doing for every show.
Okay.
So, and you guys,
Mark done? Did Mark finish in there or no?
okay, Jenna, you're not
Okay.
muted. Oh, wait, no, that's not Jenna. Who?
it is. Yeah.
All right. Do you want me to get you anything for breakfast?
iPhone, okay. All right, I'm just going to quickly share my screen. This is a follow-up from last week. It was Cora asked me to share this, and it is my Google document, Party at a Glance. This is not, are you guys seeing my screen? Yes?
Yes.
And I'm not here. Okay, so let me move this somewhere else. Party at a Glance, I did not create the idea, but what I've been doing is just changing it for every single show. My name is, I'm helping in the name of the host. I know our lives are super busy right now. Maybe you haven't seen the Facebook posts. So I've compiled a few things to help you. So the first thing is the link to shop the show, the video from the most current product release. Here's a couple of favorites. You can't do your own videos. So I found that if I created a video, I was having trouble posting it, but like you could do it if you uploaded it to YouTube. But you know how in Canva, I was starting to create pictures that had a video, those did not work. So I had to go back to collages that did not include a video. Just, I'll save you time on that one. So just a couple things that we're talking about. That was Healthy in a Hurry show. So I put in some of the things that I was using, a couple of the tips. Obviously the 3 big items. Here's a couple helpers, stoneware, taste, but you could do what you want. This was January, so that was the gift with purchase. Free shipping, blah, 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 and the ending with the interactive catalog. So basically no big deal, but for friends that are not on Facebook, that worked as a great tool for the host to pass to her friends who are not on Facebook.
So
So,
Marie, you just send that to your, sorry to interrupt. So you send that to your host, so then she can send that to her guests that are not on Facebook or anybody else that is interested.
correct. And then sometimes I will even post this form in my party because I don't know about you, but this last week, these last 10 days, it was terrible. I mean,
Yeah.
engagement was the lowest I've ever seen it. People weren't seeing posts. I resorted to actually accepting an invite to somebody else's direct sales party so I could see as a guest what was happening. And then I'm like, I'm not seeing their posts either. No wonder my host is struggling. So anyway, the Google document is just something that is not my idea, but it is an easy thing for her to send a link to a Google document for her friends who are not on Facebook or just don't want to do it that way. And it just makes it a party and a page, you know? So if nothing
I like
else,
it.
they see my picture. I'm gonna have to get a new one though, because my hair is kind of changing colors. So with that, we have our first speaker. We need to make Kim Gantt a high, Patty, if you want to make her a spotlight. And I am, first of all, let's all give Nancy Jo a big thank you, because hot off the press last week after we were talking about freezer meal workshops, how some people, Christine was sharing how she was having success with freezer meal workshops, how it filled her January and February when people have been really struggling. Nancy Jo, after our call, talked to Kim and one of her directors and asked if she could pay for Christine to create some content material for our organization to use to be able to. So I'll let Kim explain, and we all need to say thank you to Nancy Jo for all of this coming about. So, all right, we got to find Kim Gantt to make her spotlight.
I'm here.
Okay, I hear you.
Copy.
I just need,
Did you find me?
yeah, we made you co-host, but now we want to make you spotlight. Add spotlight. There we go. And we got to take me off a spotlight. Okay, I don't know. All right, thank you.
Awesome. All right. So last week, so much great information about freezer meal workshops. And when that was introduced, I was like, oh my gosh, why have we not been
Usually
doing
do is it's a quick bite to the back and it paralyzes the snake, and sometimes even.
Hold on.
Okay.
But usually
Do we need to be quiet?
Let's mute all. Hold on a second. We're gonna mute all and then just have you.
Yes, I'll be acting as his parole officer for the time being. She helped that woman get him in.
Am I able? I'm gonna mute all.
Okay, can you hear me now? I think I unmuted myself. Okay, great. So last week, the call was wonderful, and it reminded me of how our team used to do freezer meal workshops pre-COVID. So we had a system in place where we did these monthly. We had a fabulous consultant on our team that we called our freezer meal workshop coordinator. And her name is Christine Hensley. She is absolutely fabulous. So on the call last week, I just said, oh my gosh, I don't know why we haven't been doing this. Nancy Jo and Patty and Marie were all like, hey, we want to hear more about this. So Nancy Jo graciously talked with me and Christine, and she's actually paying Christine to come up with monthly menus and resources for us all. So I love this idea because it gives our teams a way to be active monthly, right? It's going to give them a way to actually be active monthly for 2 months, because since we're at the end of February now, what we're going to do is ask people to order pantry packs this week. And then going into March, what they'll be able to do is actually add on products once we get these freezer meal workshop groups set up. So super, super easy. So the first thing that you want to do, and I'm going to share my screen. Let me get to, oh, hang on just a minute.
While you're finding your screen to share, all of this material is going to be put on pcteamtraining.com.
Let me get over to my Gmail, because it'll be easier just to share it off of there. Are you seeing my, oh my gosh, what is that? Hang on a minute.
We can see.
Okay, let me get. Here we go. All right, can everybody see that okay?
Yes.
Great. So this is the first document that you will want to share with everybody. So this is actually the menu for month 1. Christine created this in a PDF form so that you can go in and fill in the date of when you want to do your cook with me, or for your organization or for you, the time, and then your deadline to order date. For us, what we're doing this month is the date. We're going to offer, we're going to run this for our entire organization and offer 2 dates. So there's going to be 1 date for a cook with me on Saturday at 9:30 a.m. on March the 13th, and another cook with me date on Sunday, March 14th at 2 p.m. So 2 different dates, and we're setting a deadline for everybody to order their pantry packs by this Friday, the 27th. Okay, so here's what this document has. The actual menu. So these are the 5 menus that we'll be sharing with everybody how to make, and the pantry items. So if someone just wants to purchase pantry items, it will cost them $40. They'll get all of these pantry products and a Season's Best Recipe cookbook. Does not include tax or shipping. Option B is a way for people to add on a bundle of products that they can use in their home anytime, but that will be very helpful when they're doing freezer meals. So I wanted to create a second option where someone could get the free gift for the month. So this month they can get for $80 all the pantry items that you see here, plus a handy scraper, measuring spoon set, and a measuring cup set, Season's Best cookbook, and then of course the add-on, which is the silicone brush. It looks kind of funky in this, but it's just an email thing. Once you save this, it pops the brush back up into the other dock there. So first thing you'll share is that. I created a post this morning on Facebook just with a picture of myself and my daughter, Kelsey. We had done some freezer meals before she had the baby, and just ask if anybody would be interested in a virtual freezer meal cook with me. And I'm already getting some engagement with that. It's basically just putting out a post and saying, would anybody be interested in a Pampered Chef Cook with Me virtual freezer meal class? And then private messaging them for options, or you could just share the menu. I mean, if that's something that you want to do. So that's document number 1. Document number 2, this is the actual list of everything that you'll use on prep day. So our plan is once people order their pantry packs, keep a list of those. And then on March the 1st, we're going to create a group for that month, just start adding people to the group. Our plan is that when people get added to the group, we're going to start sharing some products that would be helpful in preparing these freezer meals. Maybe our mandolin, can openers, cutting mats, knives, anything like that that they may want to do another order. You can even run this as a shared rewards party. So we'll be doing post March 1st through the 5th. And then the next weekend is when our freezer meal cook with me class will start. For that class, what we're going to do is we'll have the groups set up. We'll do a Zoom class on Saturday, like I said, a Zoom class on Sunday, and we'll live stream it into the group. That way people can watch the replay at their convenience if they can't join live. Okay, so here are the groceries that you'll need for this first recipe, the pantry items, some tools that would be helpful to make this, and then the instructions. So there's one for each of the recipes. Here's the next document. This is actually the only thing that they'll have to print. So one thing that we found really helpful when we did these live was people need gallon-sized Ziploc bags. They'll put their actual meal, once it's prepped, into a gallon-sized Ziploc bag, then put it inside a clean one, and then cut these out and slide that in between. So in your freezer, you can see, oh, you know, it's double bagged, nothing will leak, and then you can see everything. So it's telling you the thaw, the cook time, to prep it, how to do everything, even the date. So all those instructions will be on there. The next document is the product list. So this is a list of Pampered Chef products that you can include to run like a little virtual party. The week that we're talking about running it, the first week in March, all the different products that would be helpful to prepare these meals are all listed here. If we were doing this live like we used to before, these are the products that we would have on the tables for people to share when prepping their meal for that workshop day. This is the grocery list. So this is the list with everything broken down to a meat, produce, dairy, frozen, canned, and miscellaneous section. Really easy for them to print off, do a grocery pickup order, or do their shopping. These are the products that they'll need to have ready for the workshop day. These are products that they would have on hand in their pantry. So they don't have to run out and say, oh my gosh, I'm going to make chicken fajitas. I've got to go get flour tortillas. They know that's in their pantry right away. And here's one thing that we found really helpful. And I think this is going to be really helpful too for the Cook With Me Day, is just to have folks, when they purchase all their meat, go ahead, have that prepped and in gallon bags ready to go. Okay, because here's the deal. If they're dealing with meat and then they're trying to do vegetables, there can still be some cross-contamination issues at home. So if you tell them in your workshop group, hey, you may want to go ahead and transfer all your meats to your bags, and that part is done. That way the night before, that way when we do the Cook With Me, all you're adding is all the vegetables, you don't have meat, everything's all clean and ready to go. So that's, you know, highlighted there. Okay, so I think that is all the documents. Let's see. I think that's everything. Kind of the plan for how we had everything set up.
Now, one other thing, that there's some questions coming in there, but let's be clear on the process. So what each individual consultant is creating their own show, maybe consultant acting as host, and they are generating interest by throwing out either in their VIP groups on Facebook. And the verbiage is, Kim, do you mind repeating what you said on your Facebook? You said you had a picture of you and your daughter cooking, and you commented.
Yeah, so I think anytime you can make anything as personal to you, the better, right? So if you don't have anything personal, you want to take up maybe a picture of you looking inside your freezer, just something funny to get people's attention, and then just put something out there. Who would be interested in a Pampered Chef cook with me freezer meal class? And then then below that, I just put comment with send me some details, Kim. And people have already started commenting this morning, and I did it probably about an hour ago. I think this is great to do on your regular Facebook wall, in your VIP groups. You can even create a post in your parties that runs all month long if you wanted to do that. That way your current host could get credit. You could do it in a shared rewards. I mean, whatever you wanted to do. But yeah.
So then part 2 was that then you do not add them to the Facebook group or give them any additional information until they have paid for and ordered their supply.
Yes, because that's going to be shipped directly to them. So our plan is to do it this week to get everybody ordering by the 27th. And you think about this, and what we want to do is we want to encourage our team members to do it as well. Because when you experience this, then you get the buy-in, you're on board. So our goal for our team is going to be for each consultant to have 5. Okay, they're one of the 5, and then find 4 more people who want to do this too. Think of the impact in our organizations and teams if we could have even 50% do this every single month. That's $200 coming in if they just purchase the $40 pantry pack. I mean, a little adds up to a lot when you're talking about something like this. And as leaders, we're doing the cook with me. We're doing it. Our teams just have to jump on. I already had somebody message me and said, hey, my kids are playing softball. I'm not going to be able to do it, but because of that, I really need this in my life. I'm so glad that it's going to be there in a replay form where I can go back and do it on my own.
Wow.
Wow. So just reiterating, you generate the interest. Each consultant's generating their own $200 or more party.
Mm-hmm.
The guest gets the information and invite to the mega Facebook group. The mega Facebook group is being run by the director,
Mm-hmm.
who is in charge. The Zoom is going to be held. It's going to be a Zoom call, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And the timing is a Saturday at 9:30. And what was the second time?
Sunday afternoon at 2.
Of the same weekend, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And
So I was going to say, who, Kim, is doing the, who is actually doing the prep, you know, who's doing all of the
Cook with me part.
yeah, who's doing the cook with me part? Yeah.
I'm going to do the Saturday morning. I have another director on our team, advanced director Jenna Rabine, is going to lead the Sunday option.
Yeah.
So we're going to have 2 options for people to join live.
Okay. Oh, that's great. That
and
is,
then you're doing the Facebook, you're using Zoom and going into the group with that live. So even if somebody can't join either time, both of those would be there.
Yes. Yes.
Now, for people in that group who maybe want to purchase additional products, how are you handling the different customers want purchasing from different consultants?
So we discussed that in a director meeting we have on Friday. We're probably going to do like a link tree with different links. What we really want to encourage is people to really connect with their folks. You know, this is a live thing, and then it'll be on replay. But for orders, they're just going to, and we'll just have like posts in there that say, connect with the person who invited you to the group to place your order. So it's really up to the consultant to really connect with those folks when we start posting different.
Kim, will you or Christine give any of that content in this package? Like, I saw the list of products, but are you guys going to do any of the freezer meal tips or ideas that you would post in the Facebook group? Is that going to be any of the content shared?
You know, we discussed that on Friday and in our director meeting. And I think for this first one, it's going to run. We just don't have that content ready yet.
Okay.
It's something we could do if it would be helpful, but I think everybody's going to have their own party content, and everybody likes to do their own thing. So you could do that and just run it like a regular party.
Well, I'm also thinking that there's so many great minds here that might come up with, you know, like how to freeze casseroles, how to,
Those tips,
you know,
yeah. Mhm.
those kind of things. And possibly we could have a central depository of tips and ideas on the training site, because some people are a little more skilled than others. And if we're doing this to help the whole organization, love to help the whole organization. I don't know, you know, like,
I mean, I love that idea. Yeah, we can definitely brainstorm and come up with some ideas. Yeah.
So Cora asked how to do take a Zoom and have it go live to a Facebook group. And I do know that I recently learned that I had to go into my Zoom account, like not just click on Zoom on my computer, but go to
In the
Zoom.
browser. You have to go in the browser. You have to go to Zoom, you know, .us.
Yes.
And you have to set it up in there.
Yeah.
But it's really easy once you do it.
Yeah, but that was the trick, that you don't just click on the icon on your computer.
No.
You go to the browser and you go to your account, and under advanced settings or something, allow it to go into a Facebook group was one of the things.
And I'm pretty sure it has to be a paid account in order for you to do that.
Right.
Well worth it. We use that feature every single week for trainings, because if someone can't join a training live, we Zoom it onto our team page.
Great. You know, it would be wonderful to have a little bit of a follow-up on this next week, Monday.
Mhm.
And
I have a question though. So I noticed, Kim, that the products that you're using are all Pampered Chef products. There's Rock Crocs and things like that.
Mhm.
If they don't have a Rock Croc or a quick cooker, are you just telling them like an Instapot, or, because I'm sure they're not going to have everything. Is that what?
No.
No, they have to buy a quick cooker and all that.
No, a lot of people are, these cooking instructions, they'll use what they have at home. But what we're hoping is, and what we've experienced when we did these live, was that people would host parties to get those bigger products because they saw the benefit of that. So we want to include that verbiage into all the documents.
that's wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, what I love about this is there are some directors who are struggling with numbers in February. This is a very quick way to get additional February sales in and actually have the party or the Zoom cooking show be in March, and people can obviously add additional products. But it's also a great way for you to train your team. I think it's a brilliant adaptation of the freezer meal workshop.
And just to tell you guys again, I'm just presenting this idea. All this work, Nancy Joe is paying this wonderful consultant, Christine Hensley, to do. She is super organized. She is a true gift to our team. And you can see from these documents, I mean, everything is laid out there. She did a great job. And we'll be sharing a new menu.
Are the documents already on PC Team
You know
Training?
what? Some of them are up there, but here's the thing: is that they have to be. It has to be refreshed. So they're there, but I wanted to make sure I had everything all together so that I can post this video, and I'm going to reroute it to a page that is going to be for freezer meal recipes. So then this way we can just house everything there. If we get quick tips and stuff, we'll have all of that. So
Thank you, Patty.
Yeah.
So is it safe to say by the end of the day today, all of this should be there?
Yeah, uh-huh.
Okay. Well, Kim, thank you so much. Thank you, Nancy Joe, for doing this for us. And like we referred to, we'll have additional content coming up in additional months. So this is one way Nancy Joe is strengthening our entire downline, and everybody shares a little, we all grow a lot, right? So next up, you feel free to put more things in there. Patty, we need to make Anthony our spotlight speaker, because I am so excited. By popular request last week, you guys asked for Anthony to be a guest speaker to speak on some of the new products, tips and tricks, and anything that he wanted to share with us. So Anthony, you are here because they asked for you.
Well, it is such an honor. Hello, everyone. Happy Monday from snowy Minnesota. I'm so excited to be here with all of you. Are you guys excited for the spring summer season? Like, woo! We created the Grills Gone Wild group. You guys are going to go nuts, absolutely nuts. You're going to be booking parties like crazy. Your sales are going to be out of this world amazing. So today, friends, I'm actually just going to do a little bit of cooking for you.
Hold on. Patty, can we stop the recording and restart it so Anthony's segment is a whole new thing?
Okay, hold on. All right.
I'm sorry to do this to you, Anthony, but it will be so much better on the